Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. Had to clear my throat. Hello. Have you ever had that moment where you feel you're going to sneeze, and it's always right at that inopportune time when you're about to go live on Twitch, and then it doesn't happen? Oh, wait. Not a lot of you come up on Twitch. Sorry. But anyway, hey, welcome aboard. Yeah, just had that as the song was ending. I'm like, come on, sneeze, sneeze, and then we can unmute. And then it just wouldn't happen. Oh, well. So welcome aboard, folks. We're glad to have you here. Not sure where my loader went. That's kind of funny. Where'd it go? All right. Well, yeah, I have encountered that before, but that's okay. Hang on. Let's get back in our perch. Welcome aboard. We are in Viracopos, um, uh, Campinas, um, Brazil. It's just kind of north. It's a little bit to the west of Sao Paulo. Used to and probably still is a major cargo port here in this region. But of late, they have added this massive terminal complex and this airline called Azul in front of us. And they do a lot of local Brazil and I think some international out of here, but mostly staying in the confines of Brazil. Today, as you saw, we are bad attitude. What's up? We are flying. I was getting there, bad attitude. Man, you just gotta put that hand up and go, oh, 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 call me, call me. Any of you that ever watched Welcome Back, Cotter would know that. But anyway, I love that character, by the way. Um, we are flying, says it right here, Neo, and it's an A320. From Viracopos to one of the shortest runways I have found. Not to say that it is in the world, but it is short. Think of landing on an aircraft carrier with one of these folks, and I know many of you do that on the sim. Don't hide it. We know you do. I don't, because I just don't see any fun in it. Maybe a C-130 because it actually happened, but really, I don't, no. But this is an actual airport with 4,000-foot runways. Yeah, so get ready, folks. We'll see how many times it takes us to go around to get it on the runway. Hopefully, just once we come in. But this runway is going to throw you for a loop. So I love it. That's why I love going in there every now and then. And for those of you that do like the channel, oh, and by the way, yeah, these aircraft do go in there. It's not just the RJs. Oh no, 737 800s, 319 320s go in there. Wouldn't be surprised if a 321 went in there. I'm just not sure the ramp has the length for them. Yeah, they go in there, folks. It's amazing to even think when you see this runway for the first time. And oh, yeah, and today we got a little weather to mix in. So, hey, what the heck? Let's just really pile on flying with Mike. We love it though. So, without further ado, let's get up in the cockpit again. Azul A320-251, headed from Viracopos, which is SBKP for those wanting to travel with us, down to Santos Dumont Airport, the other Rio de Janeiro commercial airport in Brazil. SBRJ for those on the scorecard. All right, so we have ourselves perched on what kind of sort of, wow, it's moving. On a staircase looking at it. So, anyway, I just thought another last look at it, and poof, we're in the cockpit. Man, it's kind of like Genie, put the arms together, nod, and we're wherever she sent us. So, I know I'm dating myself again. Um, All right, real quick, today's flight rundown is like this. I always forget to get rid of that. Sorry, folks. All right, over here is the starting point, Viracopos. We'll follow the line. And yes, just about every flight follows this line from Sao Paulo over here to Santos Dumont. Then we'll get over here and work our way in. They're saying runway 2s, but I'm kind of leaning to 2 zeros. We'll kind of see that here in a minute in the weather. So for the flight, we have 183 people brave enough to fly with me. 40,260 pounds all overall for the payload. Block fuel, 12,600 pounds. And there's the route. Pisces 2A to Nibru, UZ171 to Kevin, the ASALI or AL1C Charlie for runway 2, I believe. We'll have to look again. It's not showing. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, they are showing the 20s. Okay, good. We'll be taking off runway 15, landing 20 left, which is actually slightly longer than the right. Not by much, as you will see here shortly. Weather for today. Out of here, 180 at 7 are the winds, 9999. Basically, it's saying unlimited visibility, and we got a broken sky at 4,200 feet. 27 degrees. Time to warm up, folks. It's 80 degrees for those of us up north here in the U.S. Time to get our tail feathers warmed up. Oh, if it was just that easy. All right, down here in Rio, Santos Dumont. This is what was concerning me. A 140 and 8-knot wind. That preferred, I thought I saw runway 2 in the beginning, but I'm glad now it's 20. Broken at 4,000, a few clouds at 1,800. And a balmy 75 degrees. So we are going to pitch our little tent there and warm up. Alternate for today. Today is, where the heck is it? Oh, back to Sao Paulo. So interesting. We fly all the way there. And if we can't make it in, all the way back to Sao Paulo. So welcome to flying in Brazil, particularly this corridor, Sao Paulo, Rio, back and forth. All right, as promised, let me let you look at the charts here real quick. Okay, so here's where we are. I'm trying to get the chart to come up for me. All right, you can see where we are right here in this pier. This is the cargo port. This is the old and still used terminal. I think gold may still be over there. Anyway, as we pan out, you can see we're going to head down towards Sao Paulo. Then we're going to kind of hang a left, head over towards Rio. Fly the route around, and let me give you a quick look at what we're coming into. There's the airport. Now, basically, we're going to fly a track like this, swing it around to come in. Why? You ask, because that's Rio's main airport. Yeah, so you got to kind of stay tight and not get into the way of the bigger wake turbulent aircraft. Welcome to Santos Dumont, and that's why this is one reason why it's tricky. 2, 4,300 foot long runway we have coming up. Again, I kid you not, Google it. Look at it. You will find A320, 737s, A319s, and of course RJs. Yeah, welcome to the other airport. And you know we like going to them. So anyway, while we're here, here's our airport again. Not parking spots. Hang on. Here's our departure. It's not tough, folks. All we're going to be doing is flying out, following the course to Nibru, and on we go. The challenge, I don't think, I didn't really brief our altitude, and that will be 33,000. So we're going to actually get up there. We're definitely going to be above 17,000 because we have to at that point. So 33, and then we're going to start down to fly this RNAV. And we'll talk about that as we build the flight plan. Oh, did I just... I thought I killed it. Sorry. Oh, I've been known to X out of things when I should. So, glad to have you aboard. Bad attitude, strap in, grab a plane. Let's go fly. Shall we? Show your real pilots how it's done. Come on, we know dispatchers can do it. Come on. All right. All right, over here, well, first off, to load the plane, you've got a couple of options. Mechanic and attendant. Mechanic, you'll run through basically your fuel, your baggage, and so forth. We're loaded, just to let you know. Attendant will let you open and close the doors, main doors. The mechanic will let you do the baggage, plus your count, plus your lights. Okay. Always make sure your V1 call is lit up. Otherwise, I can't be 100% truthful in telling you on VATSIM if you're transmitting. Because I believe, I don't think I've flown. I can't remember now if we didn't see any radio frequencies. Okay, so once you've got yourself loaded, come over here, check your weight and balance. Hit reset to current, and then go back, have your sim brief available just so you can verify a couple things. Your estimated zero fuel weight. Okay, we're estimating 138,011 on the pound side. Sorry, folks. This guy is too old to convert to metrics, and he's had way too many troubles with metrics to even want to convert. Oh, so wish this weather would pick a season. Oh, but anyway, so we're close. We're within, what, 11, 12 pounds? I think we can go with that. Fuel, 12,600, technically 12,567. Again, we're good. 183 peeps. So everything looks good here. I'm going to go ahead and set it for takeoff, and we'll come back to it in a minute. Checklist items here real quick. All right, so we've got the fuel pumps off. We're going to keep the batteries on. We are on external power. We've turned nav logo lights to number 2. That's just a different bulb out in the wings, folks. It's nothing super secret special. It's just the way Airbus can fly without having to wait on a mechanic. Hang on a second, folks. Well, what I was hearing outside explains why there was no mail. The mail's just coming by a little late today. Okay, so again, back to it. Batteries are on, fuel pumps are off. Okay, we got the ground control recorder on, and we can do a CVR test. I do it more for a sound. AP or engine 1, good. APU, good. And good. All right, working our way down. Fuel pumps off, APU, engines checked, APU master on. Now we have also turned the no smoking light on, as well as armed the emergency lights. We'll check our annunciations real quick. All our lights are looking good. And I see that the flap is open. So let's crank it up, shall we? Continuing on, speed brakes are in the down retracted, flaps are up retracted. Yeah, I know, it kind of sounds weird, doesn't it? Now you can verify on the upper ECAM here, the right below the dials, you see a kind of weird indication next to fuel. That's your flaps. Speed brake probe heat. Are we even fully up yet? We're just about to 100% on the APU. We'll let it get to 100. Okay, and then we'll head up top. Probe heat's off, APU bleed on. Okay, and let's go high on the pack flow. Cross bleed is set to auto, and our Gen 1, Gen 2 are in fault because those two aren't running. Electric panel and other lights are off. Ventilation panel, all lights are out. All right, ADIRS, 1 to nav. Make sure we go to on bat. I do not know what setting changes the ADIRS, or if it's by plane, to the one where we can set the position and all of that. Okay, with those all three up, strobe lights are in auto, basically meaning when you leave the ground and the wheels struts extend, the lights come on and stay on till you compress those struts, and then they'll turn off. In essence, for people like me that sometimes don't remember to turn those on, it's idiot proof for me. Seatbelts, we'll leave those off for now so the peeps can get on the plane. Smoking light was already on, emergency lights were already armed. The landing elevation, where we click the test switch, come up one over one switch, you'll see it right there, landing elevation auto. Make sure it's pointing straight up, 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock high. Pack flow as required. We put it to high. We can turn the fuel pumps on now since we're not fueling the aircraft. And let's get to work downstairs here on the McDo. Okay, let's bring that up center where we want it. We do the same with the other. Perfect. All right. Hopefully you all will be able to see this. If not, I will abandon my attempt. Okay. All right, well, we'll try something here and see. Okay, so clear. I'm going to go ahead and clear that off the other side as well. All right, so we make sure our numbers are good. We're good for another couple weeks, actually 10 days. Go to init. Now, if you have a SimBrief account, you can put that in the account settings area, either utilizing Toliss Open ISCS screen, or over here, if you've put the ISCS screen on your EFB. That is a phenomenal thing that came with the A330 NEO. And thankfully, they kind of spread the wealth of knowledge down to the others. Okay, so if you've done that with SimBrief, click Init Request. It's going to reach out to SimBrief, find your flight plan, punch it in here, give it a couple seconds. It's going to put a flight number. Once you see your flight number and the rest of the bottom half filled out, clear, clear, clear. You can do that to the other side as well. Oh, it's not there. Good. Okay, good. All right. Now, once you're done here, go to init, IRS init, unless you see your coordinates. There's our coordinates. Now, we are in parking spot Charlie 9. Oh, here, I'm like, of course, the only one not there. All right, 2300.3. Okay, so make sure your up, down arrows are there. Whoop, we don't want to go to 5. We want to go to 3. Double check it. 2300.3 south. Good. Okay, click the line select key to get over here. Now we want it to say 47.9.0 west. All right, I already know this gossip line. Hang on a second. 9 west, double check, 47.9.0, 23.0.3. Good. Align on ref. If you're happy, I am. Once you're back, go to wins, request. It's going to reach out to SimBrief, come back with your wins. Now, I deviate from my checklist just slightly since I'm on this page already. Click the arrow pointing right. Actually, either arrow will take you there. See? So click one of the right or left arrows. And what we're going to do is verify our weights. So go back to weight and balance, 138.0, confirms 29.4. Okay, so here's how you change it. Diagonal, 2.9er, decimal 4. I go with this information. Click. 12.6, 12.6, everything else looks good. Cool. F plan. Now, here's where it's going to get a little tricky. Here's our departure. And what I'm going to be doing in the background is verifying on my simulator. Hang on. And you all will just see the route. All right. So click SBKP departure. Now, what runway? Come to the flight. First off, let's verify 140 at 9. Well, that's going to pretty well tell me 15 is the departing runway. Click. SID for today. Pick to Alpha. There it is. The nice thing is usually, oh yeah, we will have a transition, either your EMI or NIBRU. And there's NIBRU. Normally we don't. In Europe, the SID or the star is usually the name which would have been the transition. They just gave it the name. So it's nice to have a program like NavGraph charts. Sorry, folks, my nose just has no clue what season it is. Having a great program like NavGraph charts. One, the charts are up to date. Two, gives you weather. Three, I can actually put the weather on the chart and see what I'm going to be flying through, so that I can do all of this fun stuff here. Click insert. All right, now let's kind of scroll through. Now, when you're in plan up here, you're not going to get that step button, Boeing guys. You're going to be using the up arrow, and it'll scroll you through just like that one did. Hang on, I'm going to back up here. 148, 127, 128, 129, 31. Oop, wrong way. Why don't we have 131? Oh, it's after PSIC. That's why. Okay, so PSIC then 131. 132 is 1,700 feet or higher, which you can already see we will be. And then Uguki. And then off we go to NIBRU. All right. Then from NIBRU, we go to Kevin. All right, and then we'll click SBRJ arrival. Here's where we pick our arrival, 20 left. Now, again, having NavGraph charts really helps here. Click approach, available approaches. Okay, so we're coming via the Irving, ever last fix of our star, and we're going to be working our way in on this RNAV. Looks like okay, the by the way, the IRS has aligned. All right, so we have Victor, we have Golf, I don't see uniform. Oh, yeah, I do. Yankee. Let's do Golf. Let me see what Golf looks like. See where it gets a little... Basically, what you're seeing here at RJ 948, if you're not seeing the runway, you're in a missed approach. And that's why it's doing that. Otherwise, you're missed approach and then out. So, and it's because there's a big hill right here. Why you're making this turn. Get some proper English here, flying with Mike. Let's do this just because it gives us room to work with. So we're gonna head for, which one is this? The RNIP G. So we need to go down 20 left, RNIP G. Clear. All right, now we've got that part figured out. Add. And it actually will finish it in there. See our RJ 948 pickup time. and then we go here if we can't see it. All right, so we're looking for ASAL1 Charlie. All right, and we pick it up from Kevin, fly it to ASALU, and then around to Everin at 5,500 feet. Okay, so we said this is the Charlie. Okay, Kevin's our transition, and we insert, and then we just do it again. It picks up from Kevin. 313, 07, 08. Wait a minute. Where's RJ20? Oh, 21, then 308. My bad. A SALU. Then we go to 312, 314, 316 ever ear, and we start the RNAV. Switching to it. So ever, that's kind of weird where it's, oh yeah, we hit it there. To 940. Where's 940? 51. It's on the chart, but I don't see it up here. Oh, there it is. I was going to say it's showing right here. Why am I not seeing it? Okay. And again, this is why I do this. I have come across this one too many times. There's 10, 119, 948. Okay. And it's missing. Either because I entered it in the wrong sequence or they're actually missing the items. Okay, there's where we hold at RJ249. And then if we got to go to Sapalo, there it is, our route there. All looks good to me. We'll click that. And flight plan. Believe it or not, folks, we're getting close to going. All right, so with this in play, let's click RadNav. Everything looks good in case we bounce back to Viracopos because of any number of reasons. All right, finally the perf page, the final page on the McDo. Go to takeoff performance, hit reset. And again, this is where NavGraph charts can really help you. Hang on a second. Because you have the weather. The landing performance gives you the METAR this is coming from, or the weather, you know, it doesn't do that for takeoff. Now, it could very well be exactly what it is right now, and it could be way off. Who knows? All right, so let's start at the top. Yeah, we're going to do 150 foot intersection. Wind is reported 140 at 9. Temperature there 27, and the QNH equals 2985. Okay, we got a dry runway. We're not going to need our anti-ice, and the rest looks good. Now we're on a 10,680 foot. Hey, for those, whoa, I hit wrong button. Sorry. For those of you, what the heck? Those of you that like pictures, it's going to give it to you here. And we'll take off. That was weird. So it's 10,600. Let's see what a flex will do. And there it shows you. If you go all the way up to the max on V1, which means 148, you're only going to have about 600 feet. Now, that doesn't mean that's where V1 needs to be. You would actually go with what your airline or your company procedures are here. You could set it for 125, which would be here, leaving you 4,900 feet. So that's what you take into account. But if the airline spits back toga or flaps 2, let's see what happens if flaps 2. Oh, all of a sudden we have 2,300 feet of runway at the end at full bore. I'm going to go that. All right, so how do we take this information, shove it over to the McDo? It's not like Flight Factor where you can click send. No, you're going to click uplink or just put the numbers in. Make the changes. We're 1011. Wind 140 diagonal 9. And if I was smart, I'd have just looked over here. I wasn't. All right, now don't worry about flex takeoff right now. Click takeoff data request. Give it a couple seconds. It will eventually say received underneath received. There it is, takeoff data uplink. Okay, click it. If you're one of those that's in a hurry, you could have clicked it and been ahead of me by now. Now put in your flex. Now it's flexing you at 1. So insert. Now here's where you would put 2. And then you'd put your numbers in 138, 138, 141. Me, I'm going to do 135, 138, 141. Two. And our up 03 is good, flexing at 57. And you're ready to go. Now, these numbers here, thrust reduction, acceleration, engine out, ACC, they can be checked, but only really I would check them in Europe against Black Box 711's website. He has a great website. I guess whatever formulas make these numbers, he's got built for a lot of European airports. He's or maybe still is, a real world Airbus pilot, but he's also typewritten, I think it's the 787. Not 100% sure, but I think it is. But anyway, he has these numbers if you want to get things even closer to reality. Transition level here, by the way, is definitely 8,000. Okay, so we're all good here and we're all ready to go. What do you think about that? Just one thing left to do. Initial climb is going to be up to 33,000. We do not have ATC that I can see yet. Let me double check. Oh, I thought I had that program up and running. That's what I get for thinking. Yeah, everything seems pretty quiet right now over into the Rio area. Clear. Okay. Now, come through LS. Just in case we come back, I always make this side the same. except for the ranges. They will be different. We're managed for speed. We're with what the FMC says, what the FMC says for heading. We're going to climb to 33,000 per the constraints this standard departure allows for. And I am all right, let's see what's happening at the ranch here. Okay, we're ready to go. Just going to check something here real quick. Yeah, they're on. Okay. Just curious why we didn't have it. All right, one more time. We are on, so we can come off the external power. Always come off in the airplane first. Okay, we are ready to go. One last look at our setup. Okay, doors closed.
Roger to cockpit, please show me where you want to go, sir. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Clear to connect. Face us north, please. And they may have came back and said, which way? Tail right.
Tow is now connected and bypass pin is secured. Please release parking brake.
Break off.
Starting pushback now, and you may start your engine.
All right, there we go, firing up. Hope you all enjoyed that little tutorial on how to get the A320neo up and going. I used the A319's checklist. In all realities, the cockpits are very similar procedures. Even to some degree, I can use it on the A321 and 330. However, there are some other things on those. All right, got number 2 spooling up right now.
Operation completed. Please set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Please stand by.
Yeah, I heard the ding too, and I'm trying to figure out what was going on.
Tow is now disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on your right, Captain. See you next time. Have a safe flight.
Thanks for the pushback, and for those in here listening, it's a free utility in X-Plane. Very simple install into the plugin folder, but it is free, and there is a lot you can do with it. I just haven't gotten to an airport. This was one I could have. And there's our pins, where you could literally spin the aircraft up here and then back down to where it's in a better position to taxi out. There are so many things you can do with this. So I highly recommend Better Pushback. Very easy to use, very just amazing some of the things it will do. All right, let's get this plane ready to taxi. Up top here real quick. All right, APU bleed off. Go down here to the bottom. Spoilers arm. Flaps 2. Okay, and we'll get started with radars. Pitch trim. Okay, so go to your control surfaces. We need it to say up 0.3, where it says flaps/THS. Up 0.3. Currently it says 0. So head over here and just work it up. All right, and then I'll put it back in that too. At the same time, I'm going to check my surfaces. and I do this more than just a checklist item. It's a nice thing for me. This Logitech SATEC X50 flight control system, for some reason, if I don't do this, it'll snap to the left if I don't do this. And I try to prevent things like that. And in the old day, you would have ran a program that would have helped to calibrate your joysticks. Now it's right in X-Plane. And I think it's pretty good when I have to use it. All right. You can also see a pointer in the primary flight display moving about as we do this. All right, we're good there. APU to off. Slides, you can actually arm the slides here. Is it going to say anything? No. And that's it. And the flight attendants, technically, that is their job. Okay, nose lights are on, parking brake off. Let's get that elapsed time started over here. 3 minutes, we're good. Let's release the brakes and start our taxi. Viracopos traffic, Azul 572, taxiing to 15 from Charlie 9. Brakes, flight controls have already been checked. Auto brake and cabin. And then we just run the test. Everything's green. So we were talking about better pushback. Let's say I was all the way down here in number 5. I could have pushed back, say to here, bring it over to here, and then we could have gone up the center. Again, welcome to Flying with Mike. Thank you so much. We're leaving Viracopos SBKP, Sierra Bravo Kilo Pop, headed for Santos Dumont. Sierra Bravo, Romeo Juliet, SBRJ. And this is the A320NEO. All right, takeoff checks. Transponder, TARA. Brakes checked, engines as required. We'll go normal. Let me see how we're going down the taxiway. All right, we'll get the weather radar on now. Terrain radar on. And we're ready for takeoff. Viracopos and Viracopos traffic, Azul 572 will be departing 15 PISIC 2 Alpha departure. Nobody refusing to talk on Unicom, so we're good to go. Slide it up. Okay, I think we're ready. Airspeed's alive. Okay, SRS runway climb nav all set, 80 knots. V1. Rotate. Gears coming up. And we'll switch over to the autopilot. Let it fly it out. We're on our way. Overlay in place will tell you how long we have. About an hour to get there. Okay, level climb set. Flaps coming up slowly. All right, we got to stay below 8,000 to KP 148. After that, it's below 10,000 to 127, and then we're cleared to climb. Transition. All right, and if you noticed, when I turned it on just after departure, we had about an hour and 15 minutes. Well, now we're down into the 40-minute range. It's a short hop. So hope you enjoy it. It's a fun time here. And we hope to get there rather quickly. Well, I hope the beginning of the week for you all is going well. And I think today's verse of the day may actually be far better than I thought. If I could just spell. If only I could spell. It comes from Jesus's Sermon on the Mount. And I know a lot of you say that's what we should be following, not the Ten Commandments. Well, I hate to break this to you. The Ten Commandments are within the Sermon on the Mount. But therefore, do not worry about tomorrow. For tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. So true. We all worry so much about tomorrow. What is coming? What? Instead of realizing, you know what? It'll worry about itself. Today has all the problems we need to think about. And what a great lesson Jesus gave us in that sermon. So many of us worry, do we have enough stuff? Do we have enough money in the bank? Do we have enough clothes in our 10 closets? Do we have a big enough house? Big enough, bad enough car? Or, in our world, big enough, bad enough, overpowering computers? When really, that'll take care of itself tomorrow. We need to worry more about what's actually going on today. And I really love, like I said, this lesson. And I think for Mondays, that's actually a good verse for us on Mondays. Yeah, while we're focusing on that Friday, get to that Friday. We got to worry about today. So Friday will get here, folks. But you got to worry about today. So, and even then, put the worries on Jesus. He'll take it. His yoke is light. Rest. So, great verse for the day. And I just thought about that as we were climbing out. And as I was saying that, I said, you know what? This really is a good Monday verse. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. So, many of you can attest to that. So, hope you enjoy. Great flight ahead of us, and great landings, I hope. No, it's a fun place. I really do recommend it to you, flight simmers. Santos Dumont, SBRJ. Folks, it's short hauls from Sao Paulo, Campinas. There's a couple airports east of it. If you've got Sim Toolkit, you can use the real schedules. Put SBRJ in the arrival, and it'll show you what's close. Here to tell you, it's a fun approach. Kind of curious what's been flying overhead. I wonder if the FAA is doing some kind of checks of the approaches or airport itself over at Scott. Kind of sounds like the King Air that usually does that. It's fun living here, folks, 5 miles from the Air Force Base. We're actually on the arrival route when they're landing north. They come right over the house. Uh, Departures, kind of, sort of, they usually get turned before the house, but when you're within 5 miles, it's also a good shot they may let them go straight. So we get a few that do that. It's kind of fun. Love it. I know most of you go, I would never live near an airport. Too noisy. I love it. Watch KC, well, can't watch KC-10s anymore, but KC-46s occasionally grace the airport. C-17s on occasion, but C-40s, which are 737s all the time, A320s, A319s on occasion come over us, and just great, let alone the Learjets and all the other stuff. So kind of fun living here, and then hearing the fighters coming down pretty steep for the landing or for the overheads. But yeah, we're within 5 miles, so yeah, it's fun to watch. Especially summertime, the parade is on. So enjoy the flight. We're now 23,000 feet and 22 minutes out. Glad to have everybody aboard. Glad you're spending some time with us on your Mondays. Hope you all enjoy as we're getting closer and closer. Nebru ahead of us. That is the end of the PISIC 2 Alpha departure. Kevin begins the Asalu 1 Charlie arrival. And I will be right back. All right, sorry about that. Had to use the lav. And here's Nibru and top of climb, top of descent right after it. So let's kind of next phase, our arrival information goes like this. QNH is 1010. Temperature 25. And our wind 180 at 6. All right, for this approach, minimums will be, where are you? They don't show minimums. Hang on, did I select the right one? Ah, here we go. Minimums are going, what? Why does it say NA? Thank you, thank you. Clear, clear, clear. Okay. All right, it said top of descent reached. First altitude we're aiming for is 7,000 feet. Okay, and now let's go over here to our landing performance. 20 left. Okay, is that the same weather I was working with? 1900. Yes, 180. 4500, cool. 25 degrees. And we're gonna be runway's too short. All right, let's give this one a try. Okay, we're on our way in there. I'm going to go ahead. All right, folks, give me a second here. We're getting some toolkit refired up. I think either I started it without being the administrator or something, and let's try that again. There we go. So if you had a prediction in before, go ahead, do the exclamation predict space negative number. You're looking for that. Thanks for your guess. And I thank you for flying with Mike. Transition level, we'll go with 7,000, so we got a little ways to go. All right, we are now descending on Asalu to be at 7,000 feet. And let's go ahead, speed brake it. Don't see any speeds. And let's turn those lights on. All right, hope you all have, oh, here comes the black water again. Really want to know what causes that. Wow, whatever it did knocked out everything here. Wow. How about we do this? Oh, that's why. Really curious what causes that. All right, we're about to make the turn here, and we're going to descend to 5,500 and get set up for that initial. We've gone to black water again. I don't know why. I really wish X-Plane would explain this so we could set our settings properly. But yeah, for some reason, we're now with black ocean. Everything liquid is black. And it's not because of frame rates, because we are in the 40s, pushing 50s. Obviously, it's got to be some setting somewhere causing it, or just something that just every now and then turns the water all black. All right, our initial report, our initial is EVRIR mandatory 5,500 feet. We're set for it to automatically descend. However, I am going to make sure we're at it before, so that way it's one less headache. You know, we can start in dropping to 3 to 22 by 010, all the way down to 948. It doesn't really say 700 feet. So again, the METAR reads as of 19Z, 38 minutes old, 180 at 6 for the winds, few clouds at 2,000, overcast 4,500. It's VFR there, folks. Unlimited visibility. So once we get under this cloudiness, we should be able to hit this runway. All right, and at the where it's showing where we should end up at 5,500 feet, I plan to begin to slow to 210, get us really in a mindset for the landing, so that when we come across RIR, we can start that descent to 2,200 feet and be ready for a very short 4,300 foot runway. Checking outside air temperature is good. We're above. Don't need to turn on ice. All right, about halfway there. Good. Let's get about halfway now to RJ's 316 from here, and then we'll slow to 210. We're now deviating from real world aviation because I sometimes feel like the airplane's so fast that I'm not able to keep up inside the airplane with what I need to do. So I'm trying to get it to where it needs to be. Okay. Here we go, folks. Time for that descent to 3,000 to 2,000. All right, well, the prediction was right. 4,500 feet, we started breaking out. Airport, I don't see it yet. I think it's coming up. We got a turn still to make. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, that might be right over here by the post. That narrow passage, that might be where it's at. Santos Dumont traffic, Azul 572 on the RNAV Gulf for runway 20 left. Gear coming down, brakes set, spoilers armed. Descending to 2,200 feet, then down to 700 feet. I don't get any of this down here. This is not how I expected it. Let's go flaps full. All right, aircraft's taking care of, lights. Flight attendants, take your seats for landing.
2,000. 2,000. 2,000.
Okay. Yeah, right over there is the airport. Oh, this is going to be fun with black water.
2,000.
And again, out here is Rio, the airport. So we have to kind of pay attention. Santos Dumont traffic, Azul 572 over RJ 010, inbound for 20 left. Right there's your area to go to. Flaps full, gear 3 green. Quick look outside. So yeah, there it is, right there, folks.
100 above. 400. Minimum.
Landing.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Welcome to Santos Dumont. With all that, oh my goodness. I'm sorry, it isn't 99999 on visibility. Oh my, oh come on, turn. Look at what comes in here, folks. And I know you Mad Dog guys. Look at that. That would be a fun one in the Mad Dogs. I don't think we're going to get a jetway working here. All right, I want to check something here real quick. Bear with me. That's what I thought. My rudder is off cock a little. All right, well, welcome in. Let's get this thing shut down. Okay, get up here, turn the bleed on. Wow, what? That was fun, folks. Always is. This is one of those airports I really enjoy coming into. Um, what the hell? Well, that stunk. Anyway, um, never know what to expect. The brakes didn't set up again. I'm going to do something even better. uh, wow. I would have never thought we'd roll here. And obviously, we did. All right. Well, anyway, I know that jetway. Oh my God, it is. How about that? I just learned something here too. I always thought the jetways didn't work. Wow. All right. Well, we're here after a fun little, oh my, the airplane's rolling backwards. We had that happen one other time. We actually got all the way to the grass. So, anyway, welcome back, folks. You might have enjoyed watching as the airplane, the brakes were set, but somehow released. Or I accidentally tripped them. I don't know. Either way, the airplane started to roll. That's why you're careful in power backs or anything like that of hitting the brakes. She went to the tail. Hopefully. Excuse me. All right, so yeah, we're 276 Mac Air got us at. Awesome. And I have a case of the hiccups again. I'll take it. Boy, that for that airport, that's not bad. Um, yeah, we had to use every inch of that runway to get stopped. All right, let's take a look at Elevatech. Okay, hang on a second and continue. All right, they got us at 272, 127. I really like that, folks. That was good. Now, this is all you get. And I don't know if there is more landing performance data, great. But this is all you get with Volanta, too. So kind of a bummer, but can't argue. That's what you get for those of you with Volanto for what you pay for. Over here at Sim Toolkit, this is a free product, very easy to use. I hear a lot of people tell me it's not as easy as I say. I wish I knew what they were doing wrong, as I'd love to help them. 274 at 127, 1.2 Gs. Complete the flight. All right, let's take a look at it. First, here's the route. Here's that little jug handle in on the RNAV. Some details. This is what you're all used to. 1 hour 8 minutes, 219 miles, 2,300 kilograms, 1.2 Gs, landed at 127, which I think is very close to where we should have. 274 on the feet per minute. Folks, this was a really good landing. Now we get into the weeds a little bit with it, so to speak. Where did we touch down? That's important on this runway, folks. 4,341 feet of runway to land. Oh yeah, if you landed, that means you're going to have to take off. So you're not going long distances out of here with any kind of loads. You're going to be going probably where we came from, draw a circle. A little further, maybe, a little closer, mostly. But that's what you're going to have to get out of here, because it's 4,300 feet also going out. However, you can see up here, we landed short. That's a good thing here. Not at a lot of airports is that a good thing. But here, with 4,300 feet, I ate up 800, so I ended up with 3,700-ish. Put that in air quotes, feet to stop. And we did. We had no problems getting off the runway. Again, 862 feet down the runway was where we landed. And if you look, we were, call it 9 feet off the center line. Beautiful landing just in front of the aiming point, which is actually, I was aiming for here. And the fact that we and that's what you do. You kind of smooth out and touch it down. So that actually looks really good. You don't get this with the others. And then you get a little bit more detailed here. Our roll, we had a little bit of a roll in play, 258 pitch, where it should be around 6, and our heading right on the money. So really a great flight, great landing. I think almost worthy of watching again. What do you think? We haven't done that in a while. And yeah, we forgot to come off ATC. All right, let's do this. Hey, look, the water resumed. All right, let's watch this as we line up. For me on this approach is being fully configured over here, and actually we did a great turn for the right runway. So
500.
100 above.
400.
Minimum.
300.
There you have it. Let's take a look at it another way. Here we come. A little high, I think. But I think we get into the groove pretty good here. Here we come down. You all be the judge. We call this the Hawker 125 camera point. That was a really good landing. We'll look at it from what the passengers saw. We won't go as far out. We'll have one more view after this. All right, let's go back out, take that last view from the tower. And we'll kind of close this out. Never a bad landing from the tower point of view. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed. It was a fun ride into Santos. And we're not going to be able to get to that second flight today. Oh, who put the monitors there? Hang on, we'll go back one more time. So we will get that flight in another time. But I want to thank you all for being a part of Flying with Mike. It is always a pleasure to take to the skies with y'all. Hopefully you learn a little bit. I know I sure did. And hope you all enjoy. Next flight is tomorrow. Will be with Sim Air Force. So I hope you enjoy. If you want to see the schedule, it's down below in the About or Schedule. So again, thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike. Hope you had a great day. Hope you have the remainder of your day safe and warm. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow.